The NFC Championship game on Sunday will be the third matchup between the Rams and the Seahawks, with the two NFC West foes splitting the regular season series. But Matthew Stafford heads into this one after struggling this postseason. He did not have a passing touchdown against the Bears in the divisional round, which snapped a streak of 8 straight playoff games with multiple passing touchdowns, which was tied with Aaron Rodgers for the second longest streak in history. Yesterday on First Take, Mina Kimes shared her concerns about Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford's had a bad postseason, y'all.
Yep.
Like, let's talk about it. These last 2 games have not been up to his standard, and that was against the Panthers and the Bears. Now you're going up against the best defense in the NFL, certainly the best defense left, and you're coming off of 2 of arguably like some of the worst games. They're not of the entire season for him, but he has not played well. Does that not concern anyone just a little bit, that Matthew Stafford has not been playing well in the postseason and that he might be a little bit banged up?
All right, well, Cam was at that game against the Panthers. Obviously, you watched very closely against the Bears in the freezing cold. But do the Rams need Matthew Stafford to be elite to win against the Seahawks?
And I respect the take, but I just don't agree with it. I think Mina is just talking about things that show up on the stat sheet. And one of the main things that also shows up on the stat sheet is turnovers. He's been protecting the ball relatively, in a space to keep his team competitive in games. Me watching firsthand with the Carolina Panthers games, the first thing when Carolina went down and scored that I said, it's too much time. Anytime you got a guy like Matthew Stafford, a seasoned veteran who may potentially win his first MVP this year, he understands the version of himself which is needed to win football games. He has arguably probably the best duo in all of the playoffs, and these guys are peaking at the right level. You got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, and you have a strong rushing attack that really can eliminate all the heroics needed from Matthew Stafford. But make no mistake about it, the last time Matthew Stafford played the Seattle Seahawks, it was record-setting numbers. This is a familiar foe that you understand and know and get to play without the playoffs 2 times a year. I have zero fear, doubt, or any type of hesitancy not to think that Matthew Stafford will do what it takes to win this football game.
Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stephen. You got it.
No, go ahead, RC. Go ahead, RC.
Matthew Stafford has to play at an MVP level for the Los Angeles Rams to beat the Seattle Seahawks. Matthew Stafford has to be his best self for the Los Angeles Rams to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And Sean McVay has to coach at his highest in order to beat the Seattle Seahawks. Mina is exactly right. This isn't the Carolina Panthers, whether it's the entire team or the defense. This isn't the Chicago Bears, whether it's the entire team or the defense. The Seattle Seahawks have evolved since last playing the Los Angeles Rams. And let's not forget, you are right, Cam. It was a record-setting day for this Los Angeles offense. 457 yards passing for Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And last I checked, they lost the game. They gave up 38 points to the Seattle Seahawks in a game that Sam Darnold threw a pick 6 and threw an interception in the red zone going in to score a touchdown. They need Matthew Stafford to be everything he could possibly be, because the Los Angeles Rams, who beat the Seattle Seahawks 21-19, might I add, by 2 points on the day that Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions, they need everything from their star quarterback, or they will not beat Seattle in Seattle.
But he didn't have Devontae Adams.
Yeah, they didn't have Devontae Adams. Cam, I'm going to tell you, I agree with RC. I agree with Mina. And just to regurgitate what RC said, 457 yards passing for Matthew Stafford. Puka Nacua had 12 receptions for 225 yards. They had a +3. They had a +3 turnover margin, and they still lost the game. And when you think about that, teams that had 550+ yards of offense and a +3 over turnover margin were 34-0 lifetime.
Wow.
Till that game. So when you look at it from that standpoint, I'm saying you damn right Matthew Stafford has to play at an MVP level. 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions this year, 4,700 yards passing. That dude has to show up. It can't be the dude that we've seen against Carolina, and it can't be the dude that we've seen against Chicago. Stepped up in big moments, no doubt, but and has got 5, in terms of his postseason career, 5 game-winning drives. But it can't be just about that. He's got to be elite. Because when I think about Seattle and I think about that defense, when I think about that crowd and how that galvanizes the team, when I think about all of that, and this is an NFC Championship game, a berth to the Super Bowl on the line, it's going to take an elite performance. And RC's right. It ain't just about, it ain't just about Matthew Stafford. Sean McVay did not call a good game against Chicago.
Nope.
That can't happen this Sunday. That can't happen this Sunday. I mean, I'm looking at the end of regulation. I'm looking at him, RC, and I'm going like this. What the hell are you running the football for? You need a first down. You got 10, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. What the hell are you handing the ball off for a running play for? That's Matthew Stafford. You go down with him. You put the ball in his hands. That's what you do. So I think that against Seattle, it's going to have to be that dude that shows up along with that elite coach we know Sean McVay to be under most circumstances. The combination of the two. And again, Davante Adams, who I just interviewed a couple of weeks ago. I sat up there and talked about Puka Nacua. He was like, it's both of us. It's both of us. We know Davante Adams can ball. We know he's got 14 touchdowns on the season. We know he's been Mr. Red Zone. It has to be all that. I'm telling you, collectively, the Rams have to show up and show out on offense in order for them to win this game and advance to the Super Bowl. I think they can do it, but they have to.
To go back to the point of saying Matthew Stafford has to play elite, Matthew Stafford is elite. He just has to play a good game.
Yeah.
And understanding that, you can have the yips, you can overthink certain things. It's the NFC Championship. That's a lot of pressure. Understanding that you're one game away from the Super Bowl. That's a lot of pressure. Oh, and by the way, we're playing the Los Angeles Rams, a team who really knows me well, that gave me fits when I was in Minnesota and also gave me fits for the time that I've been in Seattle. Those things collectively will allow a person to overthink a situation. So I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to go with them because I do believe in the evolution of Sam Darnold. I do believe that Sam Darnold found out something about himself in the fourth quarter and overtime of that last game. And I also believe in Clint Kubiak. The way they've now maneuvered into using Kenneth Walker III, Rashid Shaheed being a part of the run game along with the quick passing game. And what this will come down to is special teams. The Seattle Seahawks have made large, huge, dynamic, game-changing plays on special teams, and that has haunted the Los Angeles Rams this entire season. I believe Clint Kubiak allows Sam Darnold to protect the ball. This top-notch Mike McDonald defense shows up in a way they didn't in the last game, and the Seattle Seahawks move on to another Super Bowl after winning a game in front of the 12s.
I don't blame RC for making that pick either, but I'm going to roll with Cam on this one. I got to see it to believe it, RC. I got to see it to believe it. Sam Darnold is 28-4 against everybody else in the National Football League. He's 1-3 versus the Los Angeles Rams. And he's got 6 turnovers in 2 games. I got to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
It's a Super Bowl berth on the line. It's an NFC Championship berth on the line. And going up against a team that I will tell you, I have not been impressed with the Rams defense since about week 13. They've surprised me with how much they've relented, how much they've given up, how much they've been exposed defensively. But Verse has terrorized Sam Darnold, and he's going to have some help. And I'm just of the mindset that, again, I know that Sam Darnold has really, really, really improved. I know that he's not the quarterback that was with the New York Jets. I know that, he's better than what he was last year in terms of how he ended the season in Detroit and then in Los Angeles when he got sacked 9 times against this very Los Angeles Rams squad. And now he's going to be on his home turf with a different team and a different style of defense backing him up, different mentality. I get all of it. But I still got to see it to believe it. And here's why. I believe, y'all, this game is going to be close. And then the pressure is going to mount. I have no doubt that Matthew Stafford can handle the pressure. I want to see when it's that tight with a championship on the line if Sam Darnold can do it. I think he can, but I don't know. I know Matthew Stafford can. And that's why I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams to win this game in a thriller.